Europe is facing a new aerial threat. Earlier this month, around 20 Russian drones entered Polish airspace, prompting NATO to respond. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has called for a drone wall, a coordinated network of radars, interceptor drones, and missiles to protect Europe's skies. In this video, we break down what a drone wall is and how it would work, why EU leaders see it as urgent, the lessons Europe is learning from Ukraine, and the technical and financial challenges that lie ahead. Just hours after around 20 Russian drones breached Polish airspace, the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen declared that Europe needs a drone wall. The call came amid growing fears that Europe's airspace is increasingly vulnerable, not to fighter jets or missiles, but to fleets of cheap, hard-to-detect drones. Recent drone sightings over airports in Denmark and Germany only deepen that sense of urgency. The idea of a drone wall is not a literal barrier. It's a proposed network of defenses, integrating ground radars, interceptor drones, electronic warfare systems, and fighter jets, designed to operate in sync across the continent. As Robert Tollist from the Royal United Services Institute explains.
So on September 10th, 19 Russian drones penetrated European airspace. That's caused a huge amount of consternation. It's one of a number of incidents, in fact, in the past couple of years that have made us think a bit harder about how we defend our airspace against quite complex threats that are changing very quickly in Ukraine, particularly when it comes to drones.
The push for a coordinated EU response intensified after the September 9th incident, when Russian Gerber drones, based on Iranian Shahid models, entered Polish airspace. NATO scrambled F-35 and F-16 fighter jets, helicopters, and Patriot missile systems. $1 billion defense against drones costing just a fraction of that price. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said,
"Our air defenses were activated and successfully ensured the defense of NATO territory, as they are designed to do."
For Brussels, the drone wall is about more than just air defense. It's a test of the EU's ability to act as a collective security player, long a domain dominated by NATO and national governments. EU Defense Commissioner Andrius Kubilius says the plan will form part of a larger project called the Eastern Flank Watch.
Drone wall we see as part of bigger project, which now is called Eastern Flank Watch. Really, we are facing clear challenges. Russia is testing the EU and NATO, and our response must be firm, united, and immediate.
But not all member states agree. Southern and Western European governments argue that drone threats are a continent-wide issue, not limited to the eastern border. One of the biggest questions is cost. Intercepting a $50,000 drone with $1 million missile is simply not sustainable. Tollist notes,
Europe is now mobilizing, pooling resources and looking at this plan to build a so-called drone wall to defend European airspace. So that would involve perhaps drone interceptors to stop Russian drones getting in, a network of radars and other systems largely influenced by what the Ukrainians have done. And they've been under relentless assault from drones from Russia almost night after night.
Europe is looking east for lessons. Ukraine has built some of the most effective layered air defenses in the world, evolving rapidly to counter constant Russian drone attacks. Tollist adds,
the drone wall is, of course, in its early stages, but the Baltic states are very keen on this, so stretching down through the Baltics, Poland, Germany is also within range of a lot of these Russian drones, and it's about integrating all of your air defense assets to work together in tandem, from ground radars, fighter jets, cheap interceptor drones, missiles, the whole range of capabilities and electronic warfare to jam these drones, all working in tandem around the clock. It's quite a challenge.
The EU admits the drone wall won't appear overnight. Instead, it will evolve, integrating new systems and technologies over several years. As Tollist puts it,
so what would a drone wall look like from day one? So the important thing to think about there really is this drone wall is likely to be an evolving project. So that's one of the big lessons from Ukraine. The EU have said there might be something capable in a year's time. And actually, if you look at the conflict in Ukraine, they've actually got some of the tightest layered air defenses, mostly for stopping drones, cruise missiles, ballistic missiles in the world. And that's a constantly evolving evolution between the attacking side and the defending side. So we'll be standing up different capabilities to try and defend European airspace with the drone wall. And that's going to change. So it's not going to be an announcement like we've now built the drone wall. It's going to be something that will take a number of years, because a lot of capabilities that might be the cheapest options, they don't quite exist yet.
As Russian drones continue to test NATO's eastern flank, the EU faces a defining question. Can Europe build a united, cost-effective air defense? Or will the drone wall remain just another ambitious blueprint? For now, it stands as both a warning and a wake-up call, that in modern warfare, the next big threat may come not from above the clouds, but just a few hundred feet off the ground.